All right, today we're going to talk about comparing decimals. The biggest thing that you need to remember when comparing decimals is to line the decimal up. So I'm going to show you two numbers. I have 409 thousandths and I also have 49 hundredths. I want to know which is the greater number. The thing that you need to do every time you compare decimals is to line the decimals up, then fill the numbers in. So this is what I mean. I'm going to drop this decimal down, and then I'm going to drop this decimal down. And I am going to fill these numbers in exactly the way that they see, lining the decimals up. So I have a 0, a 4, a 0, and a 9. And that's that number. I have a 0, a 4, a 9, and a 0. That's that number. Do you see how I lined my decimals up? That's the most important thing. Now I can figure out which number is greater by examining each place value. In the ones place value, they're equal. They're both zeros. In the tens place value, they're both fours. They're equal. In the hundredths place value, I see that this 9 is greater than that 0. Any numbers that come after this do not matter. You find the first difference, and the 9 is greater than the 0, so it makes 49 hundredths a greater number. So the mouth always eats the greater number. So let's try another one. This time let's do 1,233 and 12 tenths. Okay, let's do 1,233 and 123 thousandths. Okay, the first thing I need to do is drop my decimals down. Then I line them up exactly in order. So I have 1,233 and 12 hundredths. I have 1,233 and 123 thousandths. Okay. So now I'm going to go place value by place value to see which number is the greatest. The thousandths equal each other out. The hundreds, the tens, and the ones. Then I have the tenths, they're the same. The hundredths are the same, and then the thousandths. And because there's nothing there, I can fill it in with a 0 to hold the place value. And I know that 3 is greater than 0. So 1,233 and 123 thousandths is greater than 1,233 and 12 hundredths. Remember, the key here always is to line the decimals up. Let's say I want to organize these numbers from least to greatest. And my numbers are 2 and 3 hundredths, 2 and 3 tenths, and 2 and 3 thousandths. And I want to put them in order from least to greatest. What's the first step? That's right. Drop the decimals down every time. That's how you help to line them up. Now I'm going to fill them in. My 2 comes before my decimal here, then 0, 3. Okay. Then I have my 2, and then my 3. See how I'm lining their place value up? Then I have a 2, a 0, 0, and a 3. Okay. So remember, I dropped my decimal down, and I organized my numbers. Now I can figure out the least number to the greatest number. Okay, well, all my 2's are the same. Okay, My 3 is greater than both of those zeros. So I know that that is going to be my greatest number. And I'm going from least to greatest. So that's going to be number 3. Because I know that that is my greatest number. I keep working my way down. Now, what did I say you could put in here to hold the place value if there wasn't a number? That's right. You can always add a 0. So as I work my way down, I see that the 3 is greater than the 0. So that's going to be number 2. And I see right here that these zeros make this the least number. So when I order these from least to greatest, it should look like this. This is my lowest number, this is the middle, and this is the greatest number. Okay? Remember, you always must line the decimals up. Now there's one more thing that I want to show you that can be a little bit tricky. You're going to see this question again at some point, so I suggest that you're really focusing and paying attention here. It says, find 4 numbers that are between 22 hundredths and 23 hundredths. Put all 6 numbers in order from least to greatest. So I'm starting with 22 hundredths and I'm ending with 23 hundredths. Okay. I need to find numbers that fall between them. Well, going from 22 to 23, you think there's nothing that falls between them, but there is. You can turn it into a thousandths. 221 thousandths falls between 22 hundredths and 23 hundredths. So I would just fill in 222 thousandths, 223 thousandths, because remember, 223 thousandths is not the same as 23 hundredths. 224 thousandths, 225 thousandths, 226 thousandths. And I could keep going if I wanted to add more numbers. The 7th number could be 227 thousandths. The 8th number could be 228 thousandths. The 9th number could be 229 thousandths. And after that is where I would get my 23 hundredths. So all of these numbers fall between 22 hundredths and 23 hundredths. Okay? So just make sure that you remember how to solve that problem, because again, you will see that problem once again. I'd like for you to try number 10 on your own. Remember, it's similar to the problem that I just solved, falling between 65 hundredths and 66 hundredths.